Hey Jan, I don't really recall like the last time I made like my first video like on YouTube. It's from like a month ago, and I can't realize I just can't believe that it's not even been like a month, and it feels and then we're like in the middle of our semester, and it's gonna likely come to an end, and we're probably gonna see you in December again. I don't know, the time was gonna go like really fast, probably because I have like work and stuff, but it really did go really fast, and surprisingly, we're not that far away from seeing each other again. So, what I wanted to talk about today is after you left to Boston, it was a real struggle for me to make friends because from the beginning, I really didn't have any friends to begin with after high school. I mean, I had a couple good ones in high school that I always had fun with. But after high school, just disconnected. Everybody was affected by COVID-19, and because of the pandemic, everybody just became antisocial. We just stopped talking to each other. Or it's just because of me. I don't know. It's maybe because of me. So maybe I was the antisocial one, but who knows? Anyways, I just wanted to start fresh in college since it's going to be asynchronous and it's going to be in person. I wanted to make more friends. I wanted to reconnect with the world again and become more social. After going through toxic relationships with, my ex and, with people that I worked with, and during the summer in the film industry, it's really hard to connect with people because you lost this sense of trust. It's this sense of trust with people that, it's not like what it used to be that I can just trust someone, the minute I meet them. It's not like that anymore. It's trying to gain that trust. It's about hoping that person, that person could gain, your trust. It's really hard, especially with how college is. It's actually, I found out it's really different from high school because you don't really see that person that much. Probably once or twice a week, which is weird. I only have 2 to 3 classes per week, right? And you don't really see them. The funny thing is, what I started doing is I would just hang out with random people in college. After class, they asked me a question about, hey, did you know what's going on in that class? I was like, I don't know, do you know? And then we just started a conversation. The next thing you know, 5 minutes later, we're having lunch together. It's really weird. I hang out with different people every day and learn about their life. And then the next day, I just never talk to them again. It's like I don't know, we just never said hi or anything the next day. It's like we're just complete strangers again. I mean, I'm cool with that, I know they're very busy people, but that's kind of like life, you met a person, you meet a person, and then next day they become strangers. You'll never know. It's like any relationship, but gosh, it's really fucking short, I'll tell you that, in college. So I didn't like this short relationship I had where I was just hanging out with random people. I mean, it's really interesting, really fun hanging out with random people in college and eating lunch with people that you don't even know for the first time. Even some of them are really nice that they would want to pay for your food, apparently. So it was kind of nice having them around, and because they could pay for your food. I sound kind of petty or selfish, kind of, but it was kind of nice. They were nice people, but it's just, we're busy, and next day, don't talk. Never talk to that person again. So I decided to join some clubs. Recently I joined this theater club in my high school. I've never done theater before. I mean, I've been on stage before and stuff, but gosh, acting theater and acting genuine in front of an audience is hella crazy. What if you messed up your lines, And especially, it was a 24-hour thing, so the script was written in 24 hours, and we had a couple hours to prepare everything. That means the stage direction, the props, and memorizing all the lines. Was a 10-minute, 5 to 10 minute play. So it was still, to me, I don't know, to whatever theater experience, people had out there, but to me it was a lot. To me it was a lot of memorization, a lot of dialogue for me. So it was pretty new to me. Actually, I was actually the guy that had the first dialogue in the play. I was the one that actually started off the play technically. I had like a huge chunk of dialogue. I remember like an hour earlier I didn't even memorize any of the lines, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm kind of screwed. And and then like the people that I worked with, that just the club member just randomly grouped me with, they were really nice people. They started helping me out and stuff. Everybody, for some reason, they had like theater experience. I was the only one that didn't have theater experience. They called me. They were like, oh my god, Jerry's gonna pop his cherry because he's gonna be on stage and performing for the first time in front of his first audience for theater. So what happened is, we were practicing, we were rehearsing, and when the time came, I got up there, and I was actually really nervous. I was like panicking. Everybody was, and then everybody's like, come on, Jerry, come on, help us out. What the fuck are you doing? And I was just like panicking. I don't know what to do. I was like full of anxiety. I was sweating profusely. Even like the team member was like, the club members were like, oh, are you okay? Are you sure you're gonna do this in front of audience? Oh yeah, I'm fine. I was in denial. I was not fine. And when I got up there, it just clicked. And then when it happened, when I did the scene, I didn't even realize the audience was there. I just did it and got a couple of laughs, which is pretty cool. My first act, my first theater, I got like a couple of laughs. It was a comedy thing, and it was a first time experience, And then right after we were done the play, I got off of stage, and then everybody ran to me. The writer was like shaking my hand. Oh my god, thank you so much. You fucking killed it up there. And then like some girls like just came up to me like, oh my god, Jerry, you fucking nailed it. I was like, what? I don't know what's happening. What? Really? I nailed it? I don't know. So yeah, that was my experience doing theater for the first time, And through that experience, I only met these group of people, the director that was directing my play, the play that we were doing, and the writer and the actors that I was grouped with. We met them. I met them for the first time. We met each other for the first time. And at the end of the day, we exchanged Instagrams, and it's like we've been together for like weeks. It's just very weird. So it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool experience. We can't believe we persevered. We got it through, and we got a couple of laughs like we intended. And it was a pretty good play, darn good play. So I was really excited to, making new friends. I was like, wow, this is what, spending time together is like. This is what I've been missing out on. I was with my girlfriend for like this damn long. I could have spent time with, spending time with myself and spending time with, friends that care about you, the friends that, I just forgot how to socialize at the end of the day. So it was kind of eye-opening. I can't believe the first time I actually genuinely get to socialize, I have to be put on stage, which is kind of like puts you on the spot, good luck. So I can't believe I did it, and it was a huge accomplishment for me. Now, on my bucket list, now I can check off that I did theater.
You do your hair, but it's you I like. The way you are right now, the way down deep inside you.